Today is Thursday, March 31st, 2011. Another question I often get asked about for my tiny house is the toilet system. I did not want to deal with black water. Gray water you can usually safely, dispose of just about anywhere that you need to dispose of water. But black water, you're dealing with waste and is more of a problem. So I did not want to deal with black water tanks. So instead, I'm using a composting toilet system I learned about from a book called the Humanure Handbook. But this toilet is a sawdust toilet. I built it myself. And the idea is every time you start out with a layer of sawdust, which is what you see there. Actually, I'm using animal bedding. But you start out with a layer there, and every time you use the toilet, you cover it. You're burying things, so there's no smell. I know a lot of people, the first thing they think is, yeah, right, no smell. But honestly, when you bury things, the idea is to get rid of the smell, and it works. The only lingering smell I have is the lingering smell you get anytime you use the bathroom, regardless of the toilet system, and a lip match usually takes care of that real quick. But that goes into a bucket, and when the bucket is full, you empty it into a compost pile. If you do not have access, if you can't have a compost pile, like here I'm in a temporary situation, a compost pile is not available, then right now I'm bagging the contents, and that needs to be taken to a waste disposal site that handles those kinds of materials. So anyway, every time, like I said, every time you use it, you have to put the cover material on, and so I actually have right down here, let me see if I can get a little light in here. Just a bin of extra cover material, and I also have cover material down below to fill up the bin when it gets less. Of course, up here is the toilet paper, and here also on the bottom shelf of the cabinet here is the book that I was referring to, the Humanure Handbook. It's actually, if you're into that kind of stuff, it's a pretty good read. It flows easily, and the guy who wrote it has a pretty good sense of humor, but he also knows his stuff and really addresses a lot of the phobias that people have about such concepts and stuff. But it's not going to kill you. You're not going to get diseases from that you don't already have, because obviously everything was in you to start with. So, you can't get some exotic disease from something that came from within you that you don't already have. But that's it. That's the toilet system, and that's what I'm using in my tiny house.